Hey folks, welcome to NixOS number 102, deploying NixOS to a DigitalOcean droplet. The script that you see on the left-hand side of your screen entitled NixOS 102 will be available in a link in the description. So folks, I can feel you jonesing. I know that you want to use NixOS on DigitalOcean, but it's not officially supported. That being said, it's pretty easy to use this project called NixOS Generators to create an image that's deployable to DigitalOcean that will produce a running NixOS configuration. In this video, we'll produce such an image, and then we'll upload it to DigitalOcean. We'll then be able to create a droplet based on that image, and then we can update the droplet's NixOS configuration either locally on the machine itself or remotely from home. In order to do this, we're going to need to create some files. I'm going to use NixOS Flakes for this, and I'm sorry if you're not using Flakes, but if you're watching my videos, you probably should consider converting to them. It's awful hard to produce videos that take into account both the Flakes regime and the non-Flakes regime, and I use Flakes. Therefore, you're going to use Flakes. Or not. Or you stop watching videos. So the first file we'll create is the flake.nix. It's a normal NixOS Flake. The only notable bit about it is that we're using this NixOS Generators project. We're using that to create the image. So we have to put in our Flake. And then down below, we have a single NixOS configuration called dodemo. This one here. Dodemo refers to another file called dodemo.nix. Here. The composition of that dodemo.nix is in here. I probably should have called it configuration.nix. That would have been less confusing. My apologies. It's basically just a normal configuration.nix file. It has normal NixOS configuration, including OpenSSH configuration, user configuration, Nix settings, and some packages. The only way it really differs from a normal configuration.nix is that it imports these two lines here. One is this Nix package's DigitalOcean config.nix. That DigitalOcean config.nix tells NixOS Rebuild that we want to use file systems that are compatible with DigitalOcean's hardware. If you notice, there's nothing in here that says file systems equal whatever. It's all filled in by that stuff. The second line here, this NixOS Generators all formats thing, is what lets us issue a Nix build command to generate our image. And so as long as we have those two things in there, it'll do the right thing. The other bit about it that you want to be careful about, or not careful about, but you want to do, is you want to create a user and you want to give him SSH access to the droplet that we're going to generate. The DigitalOcean instructions for creating a custom image say to include cloud init. I haven't found this necessary. Once we put those files in the same directory, as I have here, have our dodemo.nix and our flake.nix in there, we can issue this command, nix build blah 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 .do. This command refers to our dodemo NixOS configuration. That's what it refers to there, .dodemo. And config.formats.do are what are supplied via this NixOS generators, NixOS modules, all formats. And that tells Nix to please build us a DigitalOcean compatible image based on our dodemo Nix configuration. NixOS Generators is willing to create all kinds of images, not just DigitalOcean images. It'll create ISOs and AWS images and other stuff. So this is going to create a directory called results in our current directory. And once it's done, we'll take a look at what's in there. Okay, that took about 6 minutes. Let's see what's inside our results directory. Results, sorry. There's a qcal2.gz file, and there was actually a symlink into the Nix store, so I'm going to do some command line magic here, just so we can see how big it actually is. 575 megs. I'm going to take this image and upload it to another server that I have on the internet so that DigitalOcean can, in a subsequent step, download it. Okay, that took about 2 minutes because I live in the third world country, namely the United States. We're not South Korea or Romania, so we have 5 megabyte per second upload speeds here. Now that I've done that, I'm going to get a link to the image that I just uploaded from my server. Copy that link. Go to my DigitalOcean page and to backups and snapshots, custom images, and import via URL. Now I could have just uploaded this directly through this form, but large file uploads to the browser never a good time. Get the URL. It's going to ask you for a distribution type. Choose unknown. I put mine in NYC3 for a region. And tags and description or notes are optional, but I'll say Nix demo. Let's demo. Okay. DigitalOcean is now downloading my file, and validation can take a couple of minutes. While it's validating, you'll see this pending thing there. Once it's done, it'll no longer show pending. Okay, it no longer shows pending. It is ready to go. Now we can create a droplet based on that image. Create droplets. I'm going to choose NYC3 as my region and go to custom images and under choose an image. dodemo.nix QCalGZ. I'm going to choose the next to cheapest one. And I'm going to select all my SSH keys from DigitalOcean. I'm going to give it a reasonable host name. We'll call it dodemo. And then we click create droplet. This is usually done within a few seconds. Our droplet already has an IP address. I'm going to take that. I'm going to try to SSH to. It's probably not quite finished yet. It is finished. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so we're now logged into our NixOS Droplet on DigitalOcean. That's really all there is to it. At this point, what's remaining is to be able to update it. If we go to Etsy NixOS on the Droplet, you can see that it'll bear no resemblance to our actual configuration. We can ameliorate that. I'm going to copy this directory called do over to what was this? To there. It's my home directory. Oh, I don't want that to happen. Do no result. Now let's try it. Okay. See back here, we now have do, and that is the stuff with all of our configuration in it. I'm going to copy this stuff. Actually, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to cd to Etsy. So what's the side? This password is actually the initial password that's in the user configuration in dodemo.nix, which is pw321. I'm going to copy -r home samdo to NixOS. Now it's got reasonable permissions. NixOS. And now I should just be able to do sudo NixOS rebuild switch I'm not entirely sure why it needed to download anything from cache.nixOS, or I think it's probably because when we ran NixOS rebuild, it might have needed new stuff for a newer Nix version. But in any case, configuration really hasn't changed. But now we're able to do that as much as we like. We are now up and running as if, like we bought it, like it was officially supported. Now we don't have to run NixOS rebuild switch on the system itself. We can actually manage it remotely if we use this NixOS rebuild switch command on the machine that I built it with. I can do something like this. NixOS rebuild switch Flake, and then .pound dodemo. Tell it a target host and the IP address of this thing, which I've already forgotten. NixOS rebuild switch Flake dodemo target host equals Chris M at that IP address. Use remote sudo. And it will do essentially what NixOS rebuild did when we did it on the machine itself. So you can either manage it locally, you can either manage it on the machine itself, or you can manage it from home. You can build it locally and push your changes. The downside of doing such a thing is that it wants you to type a password 4 times. And it ran NixOS rebuild switch on the machine for you. And that's it. Pretty cool, man. I mean, come on, it's pretty slick, right? NixOS generators. Slick. Freaking slick. All right, so thanks for watching, folks.